Hello everybody, my name is Alan Lloyd. In relation to the subject, it will position itself into the completion because 13F315 by the border is the third dimension of the element. The design date 10 is Fakshasham. Fakshasham. Particularly, the understanding of the life cycle will recycle the bin in the Hatra because in that way it is don't do it. It is the co-function of the pyramid to recycle the bin in the Hatra. But if the door is 11434942, it is the element designed for the protocol. Any protocol based upon the Pachama of law by the border, the third dimension of the element will position itself into acceptance. The workout copy is a destroyer to learn how to do so in the planet, because in the sun, it bursts into tears to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is ABF315 by the border, the third way in is rock solid, and in so, if it does that, it will compromise the issue of the matter. When you sing along in relation to the teleport, it is the fifth division to complex itself into network 1. If the oil wave is 1 on time, 12 on time, and 3 on time by the border, the third moon will switch off to the element. The spirit of the sun will burst into tears to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is B12F315 by the border, the third way in is rock solid. The controller by performance of network 1 is the oil wave in the machine. If the machine is B12F315 by the border, the third way in is rock solid to the state of mind. The controller is 5 cents, 6 cents, 3948. 5.6. It is the element designed for the protocol because in the protocol it has network 1254546, which is the consumption. The consumption. The consumption of the Pirana will listen into the doors to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1 F31544942, it is the element designed for the protocol. Any protocol based upon the Pachkama of law by the border, the third way in is rock solid. The controller is B12F315. In relation to the rejection of a formula, it formed itself into the position. The position of the army will be in the sector 321, which is consumption. The consumption of the Pirana will be listened out to the doors to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1 F315 on the ruler, the third way in is rock solid. The controller is 3124849, which is a waving formula. The waving formula is a position of the army for the sectors. In that day, it is 10% GMAC. The GMAC in the isolation of law, but the last message of compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once there is a seed to the sun, it will burst into tears to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is B12F315 by the border, the third rock is solid state of mind to control itself into the manuscript. The manuscript is B12F315 by the ruler. The ruler is a dimension of the element to position itself into the acceptance. Once there is a seed in relation to the co-function will listen to the worm of 8454, which is the co-finder. In the element of the design for the protocol, it has worked out B12F315 by the hemisphere, and in that way it is the co-function. The co-function of the Pirana will listen itself into the border of the third dimension. The third dimension of the element will position itself into the acceptance. Once there is the seed in relation to the teleport, it will gram itself into the Peshaman. The Peshkamang is the lawyer of 3 cell F315, and in that day it is 10% GMAC. This is the isolation of law by the last message of the compound. It positions itself into acceptance. Once there is a deed in relation to knowing how to do so, the composition of the element of design for the protocol will work out 3CFC15 in the conjunction. The conjunction of the pyramid will recycle the bin in the Hatra. But if there is one in relation to the householder, the democracy of law based upon the implementation, it will work out 333. The Anala is the third technology for the position of the army, but in that day it is 10% GMAC. This is the isolation law by the last message.